Hello and welcome to this very special conversation with Mrs. Rajni Bector, a lady who needs no introduction, a Padma Shri awardee for her contribution to trade as well as sustainable growth of industry, the lady whom you will associate with being the founder and chairperson emeritus of Cremica Group and Mrs. Bector's Food Specialities Limited, and we all would know her by the breads that we have eaten in terms of the English oven bread, the biscuits that we have grown up on, the Cremica brand, as well as the McD burgers that we all have indulged in at some point or the other. Ma'am, it's an honor speaking with you today. Thank you so much for making time for ET Now.
Thank you. Thanks for calling me on this Zoom for this meeting. And it's really a big honor to me. Thank you so much for that.
And ma'am, we know your journey hasn't been easy, right? From the partition wars to being married at an early stage and multitasking with 3 kids. But I want to begin by asking you about the passion of your business, and that is cooking. Was it something that you were always interested in, or you picked it up later? And more importantly, how did you decide that it was not just a hobby, but you want to scale it up into a full-fledged business?
Shall I do my story for that? In fact, I got married very early, and somehow it was in my blood. My mother was very good in cooking and all, and I used to really learn from her some things and all. And I was also fond of it cooking. And I was married for some years. You can say not about, you can say after 10, 12 years of my marriage, I started working because we were staying in a city. Ludhiana was a small town. Everybody in the city used to stay in the city areas. There also, I just wanted to have some cooking classes for the people around me and all. And once I did also some cooking classes for 2 sessions that I did it for the students. And I used to teach the poor girls also that at least they can know how to cook and all. So in fact, in the later stage, that became very big help to all those girls whom I taught. So they started cooking in the people's houses and all. So that made them earn their living. That was really very satisfying for me. Because I never did it for any purpose for earning or anything. Because I never needed any money or anything. Because the main thing was, my mother-in-law was also very against, why should I work? It doesn't look nice and have a good family to work like this. I says, okay, I'll stop it. Then I never used to keep even a penny from that money which I used to get it. And I used to teach the poor girls free, of course. So that was satisfactory, then I left it. Then from there we shifted to an outer city. So that was also begun, and my children also, I have 3 sons, so they went to boarding school. So because I had a passion to cook, and then I was very fond of their learning also, new things here and there. So there used to be some small courses in the Punjab Agriculture University or anywhere. So I used to join those courses.
And ma'am, you have come a long way from your days of those stylish cooking to now multi-thousand crore empire in terms of the entire food business. Can you talk a bit more in terms of how this journey was? Was it an instant success for you, or was it that it was a slow grind?
Yeah, it was. In fact, I worked like that for many years. But I started in 1978, and till 90, I was just started making bread along with it. Till 90, I was just started making bread with it. That's all. And I was just making bakery cookies. Nothing more than that. Bakery cookies, bread, plus the ice creams and puddings and salads for the marriages and the bread for the regular use. And then 90, I just started a biscuit factory. Because I just felt, let's have a bigger bread plant and a biscuit plant. That was said then. Then it was said that. And then with that, we were just working on that because we were just naturally marketing. Now the marketing came in. So we went into a marketing biscuits and all because that was the necessity for that. Without that, it was not possible. The marketing started with that. And then in those days, the McDonald's team was all around India. They were looking after their suppliers. And they were not finding anyone anywhere. So somebody in Delhi told them, why don't you go to Mrs. Bector? And their team came to us.
No, and this is...
When they saw... Yeah, just you can ask me.
No, and this is
they
exactly
think
what I wanted to pick up on. What would your advice be to the young entrepreneurs? Because we have seen this whole slew of new entrepreneurs come, especially in the last couple of years, wherein a lot of people have started their small scale businesses, their a bakery business from their home, etc. And you have partnered with some big names like McD, Domino's, when it wasn't an easy thing to do at that time. What would your advice be to the young entrepreneurs on how they can scale up and how to partner with these big names and how to wade through all of these big joint ventures and big names?
it is you can't just go in for the big names immediately. It is not possible because when they saw our working and then they said, "Okay, we will work with you," and they did the trials for 1 year. 1 year they did the trials with us, and after that they just made us the supplier for to them for McDonald's. And then how? Then the sauces came in. Then the sauces came in. They said you better start making the ketchups also and the news also and everything. Then we were in collaboration with the US firm from Quaker Oats, India, Chicago. From there, then we started making all the meals and sauces and different types of salad dressings. And in that section, I developed many types of dressings for salads on my own. And then
Right.
I started making so many the spreads also, different types of sandwich spreads, then pastas and all that spread, mix all everything, pizza pasta mix. These types of things we started making, and then it really developed into a very big thing. And we started making the crumbs also with a UK firm. And that's how everything was developing day by day. It was developing day by day. It is
Right.
just that you cannot, on a small scale, you cannot just, you can say one day you can do it. 12 years, after 12 years, I started making the biscuits. So
True.
it is not a one day job. Today, the youngsters, they think when we
Sure.
start baking at home, it's just like Mrs. Bector will jump one day up. No, it is not possible. You have to really work hard and you have to keep on work scale, that's fine. But if you want to go in a very big way, then you have to really make it very big.
Right.
Just medium type of
No,
a
that's
thing,
a-
you don't going to work in these days. These days it's not possible. My time was a bit different.
No, that's
It's
very
really made
sage
me
advice coming in, ma'am, because you have to make it work because it's not easy. There are a lot of ups and downs. There is failure, which is part of the business itself. That's very sound advice coming in. But let me wrap it up by asking you some rapid fire questions in terms of putting you on the spot. Let me start by asking you what keeps you driving? What keeps you, what makes you wake up in the morning, and what's the first thing that you think about?
because everything changes with the time. I think it's changing with time. I used to get up. I used to really work in those days. I used to work for 18 hours a day. I used to get up at 4 in the morning and sleep at 1, 12. Because I used to work at night when my children were away or somewhere. Whenever my husband was there, I never used to work in front of him. He used to tell me, "Are you going to mad? You are going mad. Why you do it like this? Why you do it?" Then when my children were in hostel and when they used to come back for the holidays, I used to spend my time with my children, then work when they were not there. Because I never wanted to neglect my children at all. That is a must. One has to plan one's day. Because I get up in the morning, I just have my bath and everything, and then I do my
Sure.
meditation. That's my routine. I do my meditation and all and prayers, and I am a big fond of. I really fond of praying and all, and I do my prayers and all. And then after that, I have my food and breakfast and all. That's my day. Then I work. And I can't sit idle, to be very frank. Till today, at this age also, I can't sit idle. I have to do something here and there. Because that is the main thing.
Wow.
I may be going for but I just don't gossip around. That's the main
Ma'am,
thing.
your energy is infectious. I am absolutely in awe of how infectious your energy is and how you're saying you can't sit idle at all. You have to constantly do something. So let me quickly ask you in a rapid fire, what is your motto in life? If you can just answer in one word, one line, what's the motto?
My motto is life is work is worship and man is never perfect.
What was the lowest moment in your journey or a big failure that you can talk to us about? If there is an instance or a moment that you can talk to us about.
I never felt like that in my life. I never felt like that. The main thing is when we did the McDonald's trials for 1 year, we got fed up of it. We just wanted, we are wasting so much of money. Let's stop it and let us tell them to go from here. But then we just kept ourselves strong and all, and I just said, "Chalo, nahi, let it be. So we'll do it.
Okay, and let me ask you to wrap it up by asking you what is next for Mrs. Rajni Bector? What is the next thing that you're watching out for? What's the aim?
Because we are really looking forward to go ahead. Because already we are supplying 65 countries in the world for biscuits and all. And then for English oven bread and all that, we are coming up with the frozen foods and all. Because today's need is for frozen foods. That is the main thing, because everybody is working for them. It's very convenient to just microwave and eat. That's the main thing, is that. Because we want to now start with that. And we are very sure, I think very fast we are going to be the market for that. And we have already started it, and we are going to increase that in a big way. And we really want to go in a very big way in every sphere, because we don't want to stand here only, because every day one has to go high to meet the markets.
Wow, that's such an inspiration, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us and being candid about your entire journey and giving us these pearls of wisdom and on how we all should be looking at work. This is something that you have to make work. Failure is part of the business. Thank you so much for joining us with all those insights.
My pleasure.